Martin lost 10 pounds.
Diet of worms.
It's a weight loss miracle.
응? 뭐지? 오, 괜찮은데? 이거에 대한 동영상을 만들어야겠다. 후반 작업할 때 고치지 뭐? 자, 준비 다 된 것 같은데 그럼 시작할까요? First of all, the word hwa-rang literally means flower boys. Take that however you want. Historically, Korea has gone through a lot of changes. A long time ago, Korea was divided into 3 separate kingdoms, Goguryeo, Baekje, and Shil-la. This was known as the Three Kingdoms period. But they didn't get along and they fought a lot. Shilla grew to become the most powerful and ended up taking over both Goguryeo and Baekje. And the Shilla Kingdom is where hwa-rang originally come from. The story goes that the ruler of Shilla, King Jinheung, was nearing his death and was worried about the strength of his kingdom.
이리 가까이 오라.
예, 폐하.
훌륭한 젊은이들을 불러 들여라. 그들에게 무예를 가르치고 용맹함을 기르게 하라.
예.
아! 그리고 그들은 아름다워야 하고 항상 좋은 옷으로 치장하고 외모를 가꾸도록 하라.
님, 진심? So he ordered that the government should choose young men with good morals as special soldiers for the Shilla Kingdom. So 2 groups of women were chosen, but their leaders fought with each other. And one of the leaders killed the other. And these women were called flower girls. Wait a second. No, that's not right. They were flower boys, I thought. Well, okay, the origin stories for hwa-rang aren't verified and don't seem to match up, so we don't really know how they started. Although everyone in Korea has heard about the hwa-rang, nobody really knows for sure much about them. In fact, we only even know about the hwa-rang at all from a couple of old Korean books, which only reference original documents that no longer exist. And one of those 2 books is also the same one that mentions that Korea was started by a bear who became a human and married God's son. Not a very reliable source. So that makes it really difficult to confirm details about the hwa-rang. But what we do know is there really were hwa-rang in the Shilla Kingdom, although there are only a few records of them. But I still haven't even explained what the hwa-rang were. Yeah, sorry about that. The hwa-rang was an elite organization of young males. And by the 7th century, there were hundreds of groups of them. And they met together to sing, dance, and travel. They also studied together about everything from morals to fighting. Kind of like an ancient Boy Scouts organization, but for the children of aristocrats. Another feature of the hwa-rang was their appearance. They spent a lot of time looking good and wore makeup, fancy clothes, and accessories. So to become a hwa-rang, you not only had to have rich parents, you also had to be good looking. But the hwa-rang aren't famous for just hanging out and learning to fight. They were also famous for following a code of honor, the Seisok Oge, or 5 commandments of a secular life. These were faithfully serving one's rulers, respecting one's parents, being loyal to friends, never retreating in battle, and showing discretion when taking a life. The legend goes that 2 young men traveled to find the famous Buddhist monk, Won-Gwang and asked him to be their mentor. And according to the legend, this is what they asked him. But I can't read classical Chinese. But here's an English translation. We're ignorant and know nothing, so please give us morals to guide us for our whole lives. Yeah, right, they said that. So the story goes that the monk agreed to train them. They studied everything from martial arts to sword fighting, archery, and riding horses. But it's important to note that the hwa-rang were not a branch of the military. Instead, they were more like an educational and religious group. And out of the hwa-rang came many famous military leaders. One such famous person was Yu-Shin. At age 15, he joined the hwa-rang, and at 34, he became the commander of the Shilla Kingdom's entire army. He's credited with helping to conquer both the Goguryeo and Baekje kingdoms and with unifying Korea as one kingdom. But after Shilla had unified Korea, the hwa-rang's role completely changed. They gradually stopped being an organization devoted to military training and education. Instead, they became just a social and religious group for the children of wealthy government leaders. This meant that it was basically just a club for attractive rich teenage males. Today, the hwa-rang are remembered and revered for their devotion to education and religion, their military training, their humility, and their youth. And today you'll find the word hwa-rang used in company names, schools, and even in video games. And that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching. And remember that new videos are uploaded here every week, so click subscribe and follow along. 그럼 다음에 또 봐. 감사합니다. 여러분 수고하셨습니다.